In Her Season 1 opens in Georgia's National Forest. In heavy rain, a woman lies dying on top of a car deep in the woods. The story cuts to Anna, a journalist, rushing back to her apartment. She is frantic as she clears out her place. Her face is swollen from an infected tooth, but she ignores it. Anna believes that even when there are two sides to a story, someone is always lying. We then meet Jack Harper, a police officer. He lives with his sister Zoe and her daughter Meg. Jack and his partner, Priya, are called to the woods after the body is discovered. Jack mentors Priya, stressing that instincts don't matter and that only facts count. At the crime scene, he notes the victim's wedding ring and multiple stab wounds and assumes she was having an affair. He insists on personally informing the husband, removes unnecessary people from the scene, and wants to be the first to check the victim's phone. Back in Atlanta, Anna relies on medication to manage her tooth pain and returns to work after a year away. She is upset to learn her former TV anchor role has been given to Lexi Jones, a young blonde white woman. Her boss, Jim, sympathizes and claims race has nothing to do with the decision. It becomes clear Anna disappeared for a year after losing her child. Determined to reinvent herself, Anna pitches a story on the murder of a white woman in the small southern town of Dahlonega. Jim hesitates but agrees to one report. To irritate Lexi, Anna brings Lexi's husband, Richard Jones, along as her cameraman. At the crime scene, Anna hangs back while other reporters swarm Jack and Priya. When Jack shuts them down, Anna asks him if he knew the victim. He is visibly shaken by seeing her and abruptly leaves, confusing Priya. Anna and Richard return to their hotel, where he questions her strange interaction with Jack. Anna avoids answering and instead banters with him. She senses his insecurity about being married to a celebrity like Lexi. They flirt and laugh together, unaware that Jack is watching them from outside. After they go inside, Jack charms the hotel manager, who knows him, and gets Anna's room number. He goes to her door, intending to talk, but hears Anna and Richard having sex. He knocks repeatedly, then leaves. Anna later notices him and complains about being stalked. When Richard presses her, she reveals that Jack is her husband. As Anna drives away, Jack asks Priya to run a background check on Richard and then follows Anna. She speaks to Jim on the phone and lies about how much progress she's made. She arrives at her childhood home and reunites tearfully with her mother, Alice. Jack soon appears, revealing that he has been caring for Alice, who is experiencing memory problems. Anna is shocked and upset that her mother refuses to see a doctor. Returning to the case, Jack urges Anna to drop the story. Sensing his fear, Anna pushes until he admits the murdered woman was his friend, Rachel Hopkins. He asks Anna to keep this secret, and she agrees. It's also revealed Jack lost his Atlanta job last year while searching for Anna, and now resents being stuck in Dahlonega. Anna mocks him, and Jack retaliates by mentioning Richard, causing Anna to storm off. Jack later checks in at the morgue. The autopsy reveals Rachel was stabbed 40 times with a small knife. Her red-painted nails are badly damaged, and there are no defensive wounds, suggesting she knew her killer. Evidence also shows she had sex with a man shortly before her death. Dr. Turner believes that man is the murderer. Meanwhile, Anna goes through old belongings and finds a handycam containing footage from her Sweet 16 birthday. The video shows Anna, Rachel, Zoe, Helen, and Catherine together. Rachel is seen painting Catherine's nails red. Later, the girls explore old ruins in the woods. Anna also finds a handmade friendship bracelet. At the same time, Dr. Turner discovers a similar bracelet lodged in Rachel's mouth. Jack and Priya visit the Hopkins home to notify the family. They find it strange that Mr. Hopkins never reported his wife missing. He is wealthy and lives in a large house. No one answers the door, but someone watches the detectives from inside. Jack returns home, upset that he missed Meg's soccer practice. The television then airs Anna's report announcing that Rachel Hopkins has been murdered. Jack is furious, while Anna appears satisfied. In a flashback, we see Jack is having sex with Rachel in his car, parked behind her own vehicle. From a distance, Anna watches them. In present, Anna scrolls through her old friend's social media accounts. She stops on a photo of Meg with Jack. Moments later, Jack storms in, furious. He accuses Anna of being selfish for exposing Rachel's identity and lashes out over Richard, blaming Anna for the distance between them. She asks whether he would have stayed faithful if she had asked him to, but they both realize it no longer matters. They agree to coexist, though Anna remains forceful and unapologetic. At the morgue, Dr. Turner shows Jack and Priya the bracelet found on Rachel. Jack immediately recognizes it as the same type Zoe once had. Turner also requests Jack's DNA to eliminate him from the crime scene, and Jack deflects the request. Jack and Priya finally speak with Duffy Hopkins. Duffy is unusually candid, explaining that he is impotent and that he and Rachel had an open marriage. Rachel slept with both men and women and enjoyed humiliating her anonymous hookups. Duffy suggests she may have pushed her current boyfriend too far. Priya seems receptive to the idea, which visibly irritates Jack. Reviewing Duffy's CCTV footage, they see Rachel leaving the house while on a phone call. Duffy then goes out to walk his dog in the rain and later returns home. He casually mentions that Anna visited him earlier that day and that he told her Helen might know something about Rachel's boyfriend. Jack grows frustrated and tries calling Helen, but she ignores him. To keep Priya distracted, he sends her off to follow a hunch, then shuts her down when she reminds him of his own insistence on sticking to facts. Soon after, Jack finds Rachel's phone in his car. Duffy has been repeatedly calling it to drain the battery, despite police warnings. It's revealed he's doing this at Helen's request. As they leave, Jack snaps when Priya continues to push the boyfriend theory. She speculates that the boyfriend stabbed Rachel 40 times to mislead investigators and destroyed her nails to hide his DNA. Upset, Jack accidentally reveals that Helen knows him and that Anna is his wife. To avoid crossing paths with Anna, Jack refuses to visit Helen, who is now the headmistress of St. Hilary's, the girls' former private school. Meanwhile, Anna heads there herself and updates Jim on the way. Unbeknownst to her, Jim reassures Lexi that Anna is no longer a threat. Lexi disagrees after seeing Anna flirt with Richard in the background footage. At the school, a flashback shows Anna arriving years earlier on a scholarship. Alice, who works as a cleaner for Rachel's family, asks Rachel to befriend Anna. Instead, Rachel, Zoe, and Helen mock her. In the present, Anna and Helen meet again, and their exchange is openly hostile. Anna wants Helen to confirm on record that Jack was Rachel's lover, but Helen toys with her. She brings up Anna's dead child and hints that a long-buried secret may soon surface. Anna coldly points out that Rachel, who knew the secret, is now dead. Back at the precinct, Jack instructs Priya to obtain Duffy's phone records. Alone, he cancels the trace on Rachel's phone and tries to unlock it. Priya interrupts, reminding him again about the DNA swab. Jack repeatedly calls Helen while heading home to get Zoe's DNA. Zoe isn't there, so he takes Meg's DNA instead. It's revealed that Meg is actually Zoe's daughter, and Zoe is an absent mother. Outside, Anna watches the house and breaks down. A flashback shows Jack and a pregnant Anna celebrating the purchase of their home. In the present, Zoe notices Anna and rudely flips her off. Duffy continues calling Rachel's phone, and Priya begins to notice a pattern. Elsewhere, Anna checks on Alice. Alice is momentarily lucid and upset that Jack told Anna about her dementia. She explains she wanted to tell Anna herself, but Anna disappeared. Alice cooks eggshells, alarming Anna. Though reluctant to leave her mother, Anna gets a call from Jim informing her that Lexi is missing and wants Anna to cover the story. Anna agrees, unable to promise Alice when she'll return. Meanwhile, Duffy contacts Helen, wanting out of their arrangement. Helen breaks down, crying as she looks at Rachel's photograph. The situation worsens when Priya discovers a boot print at the crime scene that matches Jack's. Jack goes to the morgue and submits his DNA. While the assistant mortician is distracted, he uses Face ID on Rachel's corpse to unlock her phone. He quickly deletes their messages and then reads texts from Helen about someone referred to as C blackmailing Rachel for money. Helen expresses reluctance, but Rachel insists it's already too late. One message asks whether Rachel has ended things with Jack, shocking him with the realization that Helen knew about the affair. Meanwhile, Helen calls the precinct and asks to speak with Sheriff Barnes. In a flashback to high school, Rachel, Helen, and Zoe mock Catherine, while Anna tries to be kind, inviting her to sit with them at lunch. Rachel humiliates Catherine by tricking her into drinking a Coke mixed with urine. Catherine explodes in anger and blames Anna for what happened. In the present, Jim is irritated that Lexi has once again disappeared at the last minute. He agrees to reconsider giving Anna her job back. At home, Jack reads through Rachel's text messages with Helen and is shocked to see them openly mocking him. He also finds a video of Rachel and Helen engaging in BDSM play with Duffy. It becomes clear this is the video Helen was desperate to keep hidden, as it would destroy her reputation. Before Jack can process it further, Meg runs in to call him for dinner. Zoe snaps at Meg and sends her away before confronting Jack about Rachel's murder. She reveals that Meg told her about the DNA swab. The siblings argue bitterly, each accusing the other of being irresponsible, until Jack firmly insists that he did not kill Rachel. Elsewhere, Priya submits both her own and Duffy's DNA at the morgue. The mortician casually mentions Jack's earlier visit and that he was asking about his wedding ring. Priya is taken aback, knowing Jack doesn't wear one. At the network studio, Lexi arrives moments before going on air, claiming she was babysitting for her sister-in-law. Jim allows her to reclaim her spot, pushing Anna out and humiliating her. That night, Jack heads out to question Helen. On the way, Priya calls to update him. Duffy continued calling both Rachel and Helen, and the boot print found at the crime scene is a size 10. Duffy wears size 11. She also asks about Jack's wedding ring, but he dodges the question and redirects her toward following Duffy. She lets it go, though Jack's name now appears on her private suspect board. A neighbor later tells Jack that Helen is still at the school. When she doesn't answer the door, he breaks in through the chapel. He finds nothing and leaves. Meanwhile, Priya tails Duffy and watches him dump the BDSM equipment. At a supermarket, Jack notices Richard buying bleach and a hammer. When Richard sees Jack, he pointedly adds condoms to his purchase. Jack is irritated by the encounter. Returning to the crime scene with his feet covered, Jack recalls his final encounter with Rachel. She mocks Anna, provoking him, and when he grows aggressive, she scratches his face. Back in the present, Jack runs into Coach Willie, who oversees the nearby cemetery. As they talk, Willie mentions the CCTV cameras. Reviewing the footage, they spot a hooded figure standing near a gravestone as a car passes by. The murder took place on September 2nd. Jack realizes the figure was Anna, visiting their daughter Charlotte's grave on the anniversary of her death. Anna is driving back to Dahlonega when a song comes on the radio and triggers a memory. In the flashback, Jack sings the song to their crying child while Anna feels unwell. They need to go out, so they leave the baby with Alice. In the present, Alice sulks alone in her hotel room until Richard joins her. They speculate about Lexi's disappearance, but Anna discovers there is no sister-in-law. She sinks into self-pity, wondering if suffering gives her permission to do terrible things. Alice's condition worsens. Jack finds her wandering naked in the street. When she becomes lucid, he pleads with her to get help. Alice says she would rather die in an accident than lose herself completely. Instead, she urges Jack to reconcile with Anna, insisting he still loves her. Encouraged, Jack texts Anna, but she doesn't respond. The next morning, Jack receives a call informing him that Helen has been murdered. He rushes to the school where Anna is already present. She greets him with a smile. Jack questions Anna about Helen's death. Anna says Helen asked to meet her at 7 a.m. She claims she found Helen's body, filmed the scene, and called the police 45 minutes later. Frustrated, Jack directly asks for her alibi on the night of Rachel's murder. Anna avoids answering, leading Jack to briefly wonder if she could be responsible for the killings. Priya completes her background check and informs Jack that Richard once broke a woman's jaw and was charged with battery assault. Jack wants to warn Anna, but she leaves before he can. Instead, he confronts Richard and threatens him. Jim calls Anna to say the network is pleased with her work, but urges her to secure more exclusives to cement her position. Desperate to stay relevant, Anna agrees. She convinces the mayor to hold a televised press conference with a public Q&A. Jack strongly opposes the idea, but no one listens. Details from Helen's murder emerge. She received a phone call at midnight, even though she was already dead by then. Her eyes were stapled shut. The word liar was carved into her forehead, and the same bracelet was found in her mouth, though this one appears new. Searching Zoe's belongings, Jack finds an identical bracelet. Zoe admits Anna made them for their group of friends. Jack realizes the dynamic between them was sexual in nature, and Zoe confirms that Rachel had feelings for Anna. Anna learns about Alice's midnight episode and becomes deeply worried. She offers to help, and Alice finally agrees to accept it. Meanwhile, Priya investigates Helen's midnight phone call and discovers Jack canceled the trace on Rachel's phone. Confused, she orders Rachel's phone records as well. Before the press conference, Richard checks on Anna. They share a quiet, playful moment as he teases her about carrying a gun. At the event, Jack is heckled by the crowd and abruptly storms off. Anna pretends to calm everyone, but instead singles out Zoe. A fight breaks out, and Anna watches with a smirk. Jim is thrilled with the footage, until Lexi suddenly announces she is heading to Dahlonega. Back in town, Zoe confronts Anna for stirring chaos and tries to lean into the serial killer rumors surrounding her. Anna responds by subtly threatening her instead. Uneasy, Zoe wonders whether their shared secret is connected to the murders. Richard is impressed by Anna and suggests spending more time together, but she leaves, deciding she needs to talk to Jack. Instead, Lexi arrives and convinces Richard to film an exclusive interview with Duffy. The grieving husband announces a cash reward for information, turning Lexi's report into a major success. Richard later confronts Lexi for stealing Anna's spotlight. Lexi says it's revenge for Anna coming after what belongs to her, and she sleeps with Richard. That night, Priya finds a yearbook photo showing Anna wearing the bracelet alongside Helen, Zoe, and Rachel. Soon after, the mortician calls to report that Jack's DNA sample has been cross-contaminated. Elsewhere, Jack and Anna finally talk. Anna admits she was in the woods and saw Jack and Rachel together. Jack insists he didn't kill Rachel and that the affair meant nothing to him. Jack apologizes, and Anna apologizes for abandoning him. They share a kiss and sleep together. Jack and Anna part ways after spending the night together in his truck. As Anna leaves, there's uncertainty in her silence. At the police station, officers are overwhelmed by tips from residents trying to identify the killer behind the recent murders. Jack is called into a meeting with the sheriff, Priya, and other officers. The town is growing restless, and pressure is mounting to make an arrest. Priya interrupts with a new lead. She has discovered that Anna, Rachel, Helen, and Zoe were childhood friends who attended St. Hilary's together. They shared matching friendship bracelets, the same bracelets that were found in the mouths of Rachel and Helen. Priya theorizes that old rivalries and buried resentments may have turned violent. With only Anna and Zoe still alive, Priya believes Anna could be the killer and requests permission to question her. Jack is furious at the suggestion, but the sheriff allows Priya to proceed. Jack later visits Clyde, hoping to force a confession. He confronts him with the evidence from Rachel's phone and accuses him of killing Rachel and Helen to stop them from exposing blackmail material that could ruin his reputation. Jack even mentions the texts referencing blackmail of someone whose name begins with C. Clyde insists he wasn't the one being blackmailed and claims the real target was someone else with the same initial. Before Jack leaves, Clyde reveals he knows about Jack's affair with his wife and warns him to get a lawyer, making it clear the balance of power has shifted. Back at the station, Jack follows up on a tip from a local man who once drove Rachel to an apartment in Atlanta. The man recalls Rachel returning to the car visibly shaken, her face red, as if she had been struck. Jack contacts the apartment complex to request a list of tenants from the past year, hoping to identify who Rachel had confronted. Meanwhile, Priya visits Alice's house to interview Anna. While waiting, she notices Alice behaving oddly, but says nothing. Priya's conversation with Anna yields no clear evidence of guilt, and she leaves without answers. Zoe later arrives at the station, terrified she may be next. She tells Jack something terrible happened on Anna's 16th birthday, but is interrupted before she can explain further. Moments later, Jack receives the tenant list. Two names stand out: Richard and Lexi Jones. Jack confronts Richard at a local bar. Richard denies assaulting Rachel and claims he wasn't even in the country at the time. He explains his past assault charge by blaming a violent confrontation with Lexi's stalker. The conversation escalates after Richard makes a remark about Anna, leading to a physical fight that other patrons break up. Anna later pleads with Richard not to press charges, but the damage is done. The sheriff removes Jack from the case. Priya learns from Zoe that there was another girl in the St. Hilary's friend group, Catherine. Zoe even shows her a yearbook photo. That night, Zoe returns home and runs a bath. As she relaxes, an unseen figure enters the house and approaches the bathroom. Elsewhere, Priya researches Catherine and discovers she had a sister named Andrea who died. During a phone call, Priya also learns Jack had been secretly communicating with Rachel, deepening her suspicions of him. At Anna's hotel, she and Richard are told their reservations have been canceled by someone claiming to be from an Atlanta news station. With nowhere to stay, Richard offers his in-laws' lake house. Anna reluctantly agrees. On the drive, a flashback reveals the rest of Anna's 16th birthday. Rachel secretly invited older men into the woods in exchange for money. The night spiraled into horror as the boys attempted to assault Catherine while she screamed for Anna. Jack arrives home later and notices water dripping from the ceiling. Upstairs, he finds Zoe dead in the bathtub. The scene cross-cuts between Jack's discovery and Anna's arrival at the lake house, where she learns Lexi is also staying there. Inside, Anna notices family photos, some showing Catherine as a child, others taken more recently. When she sees a photo of Richard and Lexi together, the truth becomes clear. Lexi is Catherine. In a flashback to Catherine's teenage, we see Catherine, her sister Andrea, and their parents prepare for a day on the lake. While their parents board the boat, Catherine and Andrea remain behind in the kitchen. Andrea mocks Catherine's weight and cruelly reminds her to bring her inhaler. Catherine, visibly angry, grabs the inhaler and deliberately empties it before joining the others. Out on the lake, Andrea suffers a severe asthma attack. With no inhaler left, she cannot be saved. Andrea dies, and the moment quietly establishes the truth behind her death. In the present, Anna is at the lake house, shaken after realizing Lexi is actually Catherine. She calls Jack, drops her location, and begs him to come immediately. Jack answers in tears, struggling to speak as he tells her Zoe is dead. Anna insists Lexi is responsible and believes Richard helped her. Before the call can continue, Richard appears and rips the phone from Anna's hand. Jack shouts that he's coming, but his attempt to leave is interrupted when Priya confronts him at gunpoint. After uncovering Jack's involvement with several people connected to the case, she demands answers. Jack manages to catch her off guard, strikes her, and escapes in his truck toward the lake house. Back at the house, tensions explode. Anna and Richard nearly come to blows. She pulls a gun from her purse and fires as Richard runs, but the weapon empties quickly. Richard charges her, but Anna locks him inside a room just in time. Moments later, Lexi attacks Anna with a flower pot, and the two struggle violently. Meanwhile, police arrive at Jack's home and rescue Priya. On her way to the lake house, she speaks with the sheriff, who reveals a crucial detail. Rachel and Helen had been blackmailing Lexi about Andrea's death. Rachel was even slapped during one confrontation. The mystery of the C mentioned in the blackmail texts is finally solved. Catherine, not Clyde. At the lake house, Lexi gains control of Anna's gun, unaware it's empty. She points it at Anna and pulls the trigger just as Jack bursts in front of her. Nothing fires. A split second later, a shot rings out from outside. The bullet crashes through a window and kills Lexi instantly. Priya fired the shot. Police swarm the house, Richard is arrested, and the chaos finally ends. Outside, Anna and Jack talk quietly. Anna tells him the full truth about her 16th birthday and why she buried the trauma for years, choosing to pretend it never happened. Jack comforts her, and the two reconnect in the aftermath. Inside the lake house, Priya and the sheriff examine Lexi's belongings. The sheriff recalls Andrea's funeral, remembering how Lexi sobbed during the service but was later found smiling and eating donuts in the basement. While searching drawers, Priya discovers Rachel's nail clippings. Another officer finds a knife. It appears the case is closed. 1 year later, Anna and Jack are living together in Atlanta, expecting a baby. Anna has returned to her job as a news anchor, and they share a peaceful life with Meg. During a weekend visit to Alice's home, Anna finds a letter addressed to her. As she reads it, the truth is revealed. Alice is the real killer. Through flashbacks, Alice explains everything. After Charlotte's death and Anna's disappearance, Alice unraveled. She became obsessed with old videotapes, visiting Charlotte's grave and waiting for Anna to return. While watching one tape, the recording of Anna's 16th birthday, she finally saw the full truth. Not only was Catherine assaulted that night, but Anna was too. This realization broke her completely. Alice killed Rachel on the anniversary of Charlotte's death after witnessing Anna see Jack and Rachel together in the woods. She murdered Helen and Zoe as well, using her access to keys and school grounds. Her strange behavior afterward, wandering unclothed, was deliberate, designed to make everyone believe she was confused and harmless. She never intended to kill Catherine. She planned to frame her, planting evidence and hiding the weapon at the lake house, but Priya's arrival changed everything. The letter ends with Alice urging Anna to love her child deeply and prepare them for an unpredictable world. Anna looks up at Alice outside. They exchange a quiet, knowing smile as the story comes to an end.